it's Justin here. I'm in Tsui today, again, for another eating video. Today will be fancy Chinese dining at night time. Here is the Mira, Hong Kong, and now we'll go up to floor number 3 for the fancy Chinese restaurant. Let's get up there. Alright, so finished ordering. It took us around 15 minutes to read through the whole menu because it's fancy restaurants. That's why it's not even just fancy restaurants, it's like a superior restaurant. Very famous here in Tsui because since I search on Google Maps, I don't even actually need to type in the name. I just search around the nearby area, it showed up already, so that's why. So everything ordered so far is listed in the description down below. You guys go ahead and read that. It's too many. You see how many there are? And for overall right now, if I just overall do a quick calculation, it should be over already. $3,000. Damn. So if it goes back to Australian dollars, it's around 500 to 600. But it's just because I'm going back to Perth very soon, so that's why it's one big one to like conclude everything, so to speak. And we have Chinese New Year holidays coming up, so I have more things to eat. So, but those I won't film because it's a family gathering. It's too many people. It's too crowded. I can't film today. It's just my family, so that's why. Let's wait for our food now. All right, first dish of the day: jellyfish, marinated jellyfish with cucumber and yeah, some marinated vinegar, sour appetizer. Alright, time to dig in. There's some scallion oil, cucumber, the jellyfish marinated. Scallion oil doesn't really match with this dish though. I'd rather have the good old vinegar taste instead of just having overall. The scallion oil is just basically covered up every single thing. Nice kick with the cucumbers though. You can hear the crunchiness of the jellyfish, pretty deep. But I want it to be a little bit more sour. Here's the shrimp dumplings with the mango sauce and caviar. Unfortunately, this is not counting the amount of people, so that's why they have 4. Which now we have 3, so that's why. Alright, let's try the dumplings. Let's get all of the salsa if I can. Getting salsa is kind of hard because shrimp dumplings. Stop stealing my caviar. Oh, okay. Onto the crab shell. Well, a little bit of a failure by their presentation. You look at that. There's a bean. I don't. My pineapple is so huge. No pineapple.
Yes, I have for the very.
I also have this one.
Oh, you got a bean over there. This is strawberry on the other side.
And also, yeah, over there.
It's crazy.
Alright. Inconsistent plating. That's unfortunate. But onto the crab shell. It's kind of hard to eat this, honestly. Just gonna hold it and then just scoop up the meat. It's gonna have a lot of fresh crab meat. Look at this! Wow! Look at this. Oh, melts in your mouth. Oh man, wonderful. It's not curry actually this time. It's white cream sauce, equally as good. There was some Japanese pumpkin inside, which add in the creaminess. Oh man. And now, because of the interrupting of the of my eating just earlier on, so that's why let's go and try the shrimp dumplings again with further details of my thoughts. Honestly, the shrimp dumplings, the outer coating is a little too thick. Yeah, a little too thick. The mango salsa does have a little bit of a use on the taste, but overall speaking, filling is a little too little, not enough filling because the pastry is too thick. And then the what's the point and what is going on here with the pineapple? It's not even pineapple, it's pickles. It's pickled radish, not pineapple. Luckily I do eat pickled radish, but put that aside, this thing is wonderful. So actually it's not a failure in the plating because it's just for holding that thing in place. And I think when they put it down, my plate, because of the messy things going on the table, so that's why this thing moved out from here. It should be over there, and then for the balsamic vinegar spot right there. But it moved over here, so that's why. Well, no problem for their plating. It's just coordination on the table. That's all. But overall speaking, this thing is ridiculously awesome. So that's why. Look, just look at the amount of crab meat inside this thing. Last bite. Now we wait for the other courses coming up. Appetizers over. Overall speaking, the best of course is this guy. The jellyfish is okay, pretty good, but the shrimp dumplings is a little bit of a letdown. That's alright. Now wait for our other courses, which next will be the soup. Okay, but before our next course, a quick introduction to Chinese tea. So there are black teas and there are green teas for Chinese tea. And then whenever you go into Chinese style like this kind of restaurants, as soon as you sit down, the staff is gonna ask you, what tea do you want to drink? And you're gonna tell them the exact name, okay? Now if you want to go for black tea, my favorite tea is pu'er tea, of course. That's my favorite. It goes, if you go ahead and let it soak for quite a long time, it's gonna be like this. It's like coffee, okay? But they will give you another pot of water so you can actually go ahead and dilute it yourself, but I don't care. Of course you can go with green tea. I probably asked for jasmine tea and some other stuff, and even like pu'er. Alright, so it's just a lot of different style teas if you choose to go with. I usually go with pu'er tea, and then for some elderly people, they might go with green tea, and also the shou mei tea. That's also one of the black teas, I think. It's like close to green tea and the black tea in the mix in the middle. Now wait for our soup now, okay. Done with the intro. Alright, after around 15 minutes, I think, for the wait, we have our, this is the garopa soup. I don't know what I should type into the description, but the garopa one, and this is the corn and crab one. So, let's do it. This is per person, so that's why this is actually my order. This is my mom's order, so that's why I might try a little bit on both. Alright, let's try out the crab one first. I need to get some crab meat in there though. I didn't grab any. There we go. Okay. Let's do it. This is a very traditional Chinese style soup with quite a decent amount of crab meat inside. Pretty thick, but man. Decent amount of crab meat inside. Corn is not too rich, although it's pretty thick actually, but the taste is pretty decent. Now on to my choice, it's the garopa one. Let's get some in here. Let's see what is in here. Quite a lot of ingredients inside this thing. I haven't tasted it. Let's see what's in here. We got some black fungi, some chives, some carrots, and where's the garopa? Oh, there it is. Garopa fish pieces. This is the flavor that I like. There's some celery in there. Some celery in there, which is my favorite type of stuff inside here. Carrots, they're all thinly shaved, which is very good. Well, big piece of fish right here. That's not fish. Is it? No. This is the... What's the word for that one? A little fishy though for that one. Let's see what's the name for that one. Fish maw. There you go. That's the fish maw, which is a very kind of an expensive ingredient, so that's why. Let's quickly finish this because our next thing is already here. Last bite for the soup. Very rich. Now let's get into the next one. Right. Here is the pot, which is the sweet abalone, goose web, Chinese mushrooms, and I think I saved something else. I don't. Oyster sauce, which is kind of lame that I added in. And we have our lobster with asparagus. All right, let's start with the lobster. Try to grab every single ingredient. The lobster tail here. Got some asparagus. Let's get some mushrooms. All right, let's do it. Get some more asparagus because I like asparagus. Let's dig in. Mushrooms. Pretty rich. Let's try lobster. Fortunately, in the shells, it's kind of hard to do. It's really that convenient to eat this thing. It's gonna use our hands. Not really that convenient. Very fresh, just lobster. Let's try to get all of the meat out. This is hard to do, actually. Tastes good, inconvenient to eat though. Asparagus. Crunchy. If you like asparagus, you will enjoy this one. On to the next one. Alright, let's go and grab the stuff in here. Alright. Time for the pot. Which we have a lot of ingredients in here. Mushrooms. Bok choy. Goose web. That's hot. That's hot. And last but not least, abalone. Let's get into this. All of my favorite ingredients. Let's do a quick slice of the abalone. Not very chewy, perfectly marinated, not marinated, it's just inside a can, but the sauce just goes deep very well with this thing always. Oh man. And it's still big too. Look at the size of this thing. But now, of course, considering the price, this thing costs $888, so that's why. Of course, the quality can be confirmed. Goose web. Now, probably a lot of foreigners may not like this thing because it looks very horrifying, but oh man. Braised to perfection. I don't even need to bite into this. Soaked, filled with sauce here for this bok choy. It's gonna be delicious. Mushrooms. Oh, Chinese style mushrooms is the best still. And our pork belly, I forgot the name already, but pork belly. Crispy, Spanish style, with some Chinese style black fermented beans and stuff like that. Veg with they call it superior soup, which is very like vague, but it's basically like a rice soup with shrimp, dried shrimps. All right, let's try the pork. First, get rid of this. Too many. Wow! Oh my gosh, it's so sticky. Look at this. Look at the sauce. Sticking. It's gonna be delicious. Yeah, guys. Oh man. The sweetness of this thing. Wow. Honey glaze. Wow. Soft. The perfect glaze. It doesn't drop. Look at this. It's shiny.
This is complicated.
It's like not just honey. There's some extra stuff in there. Just cannot explain what it is, but it just tastes good, and it's a very like special taste. Yeah. All right, got to the veg now. Too many things changed at the bowl. So because it's a little too messy on the bowl, so that's why they all usually offers changing of plates and bowls. Let's do it. Because they have dried shrimps inside, I don't like to eat the dried shrimp, but the dried shrimps really give it the freshness into the broth, which is actually a rice broth with some ginger and some garlic, which matches well with the bok choy. Very good. Causing to get some of the broth. The broth tastes good though. With some crispy rice inside. As soon as you drink in, we have the water of the soup, and you have some crunchy bites into it. Almost to the last bite here for the main courses. We didn't order any noodles or rice because it's enough. The best dish so far for the day. Which one's gonna be the best one? Of course, the most surprising one is this thing, because the taste is just very unique, and it's like, how can the olives and honey actually bring up that taste? You know, that's just the fun part of this dish. That's right. I recommended this dish, the pork, crispy pork. But the thing is, the honey is a little too sticky. That's sticking on my teeth. Last bite. Very satisfactory main courses. Now we will order desserts and we'll deal with that afterwards. All right, time for this desserts here. This is the platter with a bird's nest covered egg tart, red date pudding, and the mango sago cream soup, which I also ordered the bigger version of just a sago one, just a mango cream sago soup here, which is my favorite Chinese dessert. All right, I'm just gonna dig into my own. The sago is a little bit too mushy. And what was one of the sago here? So small.
冇乜都冇。
The overall taste is good, but the sagu is the biggest problem actually right here. It's just mushy. It doesn't have any, like, it doesn't add any good texture to the whole thing. Last bite for the whole day. Alright, done with the day. Do the outro with the tea here. Overall speaking, although there are some flaws with the with dishes, but overall it's very delicious. And the taste is actually not going to be full mark for the taste, for sure, because some of them has flaws. Like the especially like the end right here, this thing. The taste is good, but overall the texture is kind of weird, so that's fine. But with the environment here and the service, I'm gonna overall bring it back up to a perfect 5 out of 5. So that's why. But this is a very expensive restaurant with a Michelin 1 star, I think. So that's why. It's not like as soon as you step in here, I was like, oh, let's order 45 plates. That's not the place that you actually go. But when you have like, actually there's like a lot of people actually come here with family gathering and birthday dinner. So that's why this is a perfect place if you actually have some special occasions. Remember to like and subscribe, click the bell so that you can get notifications when I post. Check out the links in the description down below of my other channels and my Instagram. Click on these videos up top, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!